So Nicki Minaj dropped her diss towards Meg Thee Stallion. It was a response to the diss hiss that Meg Thee Stallion put out about her. And I personally laughed a lot when I heard it because of the delivery and some of the things that she said. You know, it was extremely disrespectful as far as the things she said about her mom. I don't really condone that, but this is rap. So, people get really disrespectful when it comes to the disses. But that's just me. And when I look across the internet, it's very few who champion a diss and think that it's good. From the majority standpoint of what I've seen, most people are saying it's trash. And we're going to unpack that. But I want to go over some of the highlights as far as things that I thought were good lyrically or just potent to some extent about the diss. So I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to read it lyric for lyric. I like the Carl buy your catalog shit, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you go on Gayle King and can't cry. We're just going to stick to the facts. She went on there and she did a bunch of sniffling and crying sounds, but from what I seen, not one tear rolled down her face. We could get into how suspect that is or any of the other narratives, but just based on that, to me, that's a keen observation, and it's just funny, and it really happened. And even how she delivered the bar, yeah, cry, like, bruh, it's funny. So that's what that achieves to me. This little begging whore talking about Megan's Law, which that was a line everybody loved off Megan's shit. It was a good bar. I'm not gonna lie. For a free beat, you could hit Megan raw. Partisan Fontaine said that she fucked her producer on his song about her in response to Cobra. That is a funny bar. It's witty. And it's like you instantly get it. But see, I'm going to get to a point later as far as the feedback of the people who think it's trash, but I think that's a good bar. It's also funny. So then you have the next bar. If you a ghostwriter, party in Megan's jaw, that's basically saying Partisan Fontaine wrote her shit. It's a word play on Partisan Fontaine party, and he also wrote bongos and stuff like that. People think that he wrote more for her, but also Partisan Fontaine is a known ghostwriter. He's wrote a lot of Cardi B's shit as far as her first album and stuff like that. And she's basically insinuating that it's wordplay. You should get it. You should get it. If you're a ghostwriter, get that oral sex. Or party in Megan's jaw, and also party was in Megan's jaw. She gave him oral sex. You should get it. Like, it should be simple. I shouldn't have to break it down that great. So outside of that, the rest of it is kind of comedy to me. Fucking on your best friend, man, is crazy. You the type, though. You was lying to the king, then you went lying to the queen, Gayle. There was a pause there, because even when I was listening to it, I was like, who is the king? And then she said, Gayle. I fucking started laughing. It's the bruh. It's fun. I don't know what niggas expect or what niggas listen for. I can't even say niggas. It's really women, but we gonna keep going. Kylie kicked you out, all that shit. That shit is funny. The alcoholic bar, that is also funny to me. That's funny to me. It's not even crazy. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's crazy. So the one thing I will say, that's a valid criticism. She said, how the fuck you get shot with no scar? That shit sound good, but from what, the people who were intertwined with the beef say, Nicki actually liked to troll her a picture of, Meg's foot scar or whatever. So, she's aware that the scar exists. So, like, to say that is disingenuous. Now, from a rap standpoint, this is probably the best part. She gets to doing wordplay and naming rappers and stuff like that. She said, Future made, well, what if Fiasco Lupe she has nothing to do with Lupe Fiasco, but Future made you pay, so that's not even wordplay. That's just like I get Future verses for free, you don't. Haha, I guess. Whatever. So we not at the part yet. This is where it starts. She wanna party with the baby while rubbing on Tory Toupee. Everybody should know that this nigga, the baby, made a line at the top of one of his songs saying that he hit Meg the Stallion, and she also fucked Tory, even though she lied about it with Gayle King. Like everybody knows that's a lie. Like let's cut it out. Now the Tory's toupee, rubbing Tory's toupee, like he has like hair loss issues and stuff like that. So that's just funny. It's so this is where she begins to get into it. So it's like those are the layers to it. It's still not crazy, but when you get to, I guess she needed money bags for them Trey songs. Okay, now we're doing wordplay because she fucked with Moneybag Yo, she fucked with Trey Songs. So those are two name drops. And it's supposed to be a double entendre, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really connect because when you look at it the other way, it's like, okay, so she needed money for what songs? Like, what is the context to that end of the double entendre? There is none. It's just she's trying to play with the words. She's trying to make the shit connect. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she really thought it through. Cause I'm not gonna lie, from what Meg put out, it's easy work. And she said this is round one. She got four more joints in the chamber. But the last line, she G Easy, Carl made her crawl for it. I like that bar because there's a double entendre there. She G Easy is like, I think there could have been a better play on that. That's still like, okay, it's supposed to be a double entendre, but it doesn't really go unless you go, because I don't think niggas everywhere use the slang, oh, we G'd the bitch, you know. As far as like, okay, we ran a train on a bitch, shit like that, or we, fucked over a bitch. I don't think everybody use that slang, and I don't think that really connect with most people, you know. So she G Easy. You could have did something else with that, but Carl made her crawl for it. If you don't know, she went through a big dispute with Carl Crawford, about getting off the label, getting her money, getting her master, getting her money, all this shit, bad deal, da 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 da, blah blah blah. It was a whole big drama between Carl Crawford and Meg Thee Stallion as far as that deal. To get out of the deal, she had to do quite a bit. Carl Crawford, Carl made her crawl for it. Like it's wordplay. Like it's wordplay. You would think Crawford, crawl for, like you should get it. You should get it. It's good wordplay. I think that's very solid. That's very solid. Now the alcoholic bar was good, and you should get that. Because Meg is an alcoholic, and it was rumored that she was mad drunk on the night that the shit happened with Tori, et cetera, et cetera. You should get that. You should get the whole I need your bars, help me find an alcoholic bar. You should get that. The whole line on your mom shit. I don't fuck with the this and the dead at all, so we not gonna condone that. I'm not gonna praise that, nothing like that. But other than that, the diss was funny, et cetera, et cetera. It had some bars in there, and I thought it was more clever than Meg shit. I thought it was more direct, more clever, even though it was still kinda subliminal because she never said old girl name. She even got at somebody for saying Meg's name in a tweet, whatever, whatever. But when we talk about this negative feedback, I'm just going to put a few things on the screen. A lot of people have been calling it trash. I put up something about it being hilarious, and the majority of people who were commenting were women. They said the shit is trash. And even outside of them saying it's trash, a few heterosexual men joined in and said that it was trash as well. And my first instant reaction was to write everybody off and say, man, this is why rap is dying. I don't care about bars no more. I gave it another critical listen and I was like, it's not a crazy diss, but it's still, as good as I thought it was. And then when I woke up today and seeing that, okay, this trash shit is the majority. The majority of people are saying this is trash. Why is that? Let's get an understanding. So I'm gonna read a few pieces of feedback that I seen. So some chick that I'm going to keep anonymous says, they grasping at straws trying to defend her on Twitter. Her fans talking about, she just playing around. Y'all don't get it. Baby went on a 3-day coke rant and even rescheduled the release just to get the track and say, or just to get on the track and say the same thing she was tweeting during her spiral. It was very unserious, unfortunately. We're talking about Bigfoot and Bigfoot alone. This is another different anonymous chick. And it was horrible. She didn't say anything that we didn't already know. She did the track as a bully to try and smear Meg's image because she knew she didn't have anything actually worth saying outside of the Tory Lanez party, the baby Kylie incident, which wasn't anything new that she said. She then threw her mom into it just to really fire up Meg. Nicki is easily the best female rapper, but this track wasn't it, and I hope she keeps the other 4 to herself. Laughing emojis. Another different anonymous female from all the other ones we've done so far. The wordplay was good. Nothing she hadn't already said and ranted about days prior, though, so it didn't hit the same. Had she just shut the fuck up and dropped this, then our jaws would have been on the ground. You were starting to notice a familiar theme in all these replies. And the last one from a completely different chick as well. It's because she said 75% of it in tweets already. Had she just shut the fuck up and put it in the music, shut the fuck up again. Somebody said shut the fuck up again. People would have messed with it more. So what did we learn? 2 pieces of information. Number 1, shut the fuck up. Put your shit out. So that's number 1. Number 2, bring new information. That's the 2 pieces of feedback that everybody gave. I'm going to go over the first one, shut the fuck up. I made a video some years back on this channel about about Nicki stirring up beef with female rappers, and it was a female rapper beef brawl type shit going on. It was a bunch of females involved, but my criticism was, okay, all of y'all rap, where are the fucking bars? Everybody want to tweet and do lives and shit like that, where are the bars? So that was a criticism I had years ago. Meg went straight to the booth. She skipped the live, she skipped the tweets. She went to the booth, she laid some shit down. Now we have an actual rap beef. When it comes to Nicki's turn, she's so used to playing the game the way she's playing it. She showed her card, she showed her hand, fucked up the shit for a bunch of people. Not me, but a bunch of other people, the majority. Now, as far as the second piece of feedback, having something new as far as new information, that's a fair thing to, say. That's fair. But when it comes to me, I don't expect new information with a diss, because you got to think it's very hard to get dirt on somebody. It's very hard to get dirt on somebody, especially when you don't live in the same state or even city as this person. Y'all not from the same place. Yeah, you could try your hardest to get dirt and shit like that, but it's not going. And even then, some people will just lie. People go on Tasha K and lie all the time. So as far as me, I'm not somebody who needs new information when it comes to a diss track. The disrespect got to be there, and then, you got to have the bars there, and then you got to say some real shit as far as how you really feel. If you come with some new information, that's very potent. That's how come Push came out on the top of his shit. And when it came to Drake actually, if you watch the Joe Budden podcast, Pusha T played a recording of somebody in Virginia trying to get other people in Virginia to give dirt on Push. It was a voice recording he played, and somebody, a part of Drake's team, was responsible for that. It didn't lead to Drake having any dirt, so it's hard to get dirt. And even how this nigga got his shit, he didn't even get that nigga had to get it through a side bitch that was fucking 40 and 40 was giving her information. It's very hard to get legit dirt that is going to shatter the world and fuck some shit up. That's just what it is. So with that, I don't expect that. But if you have that, it is very potent. The funny thing about that criticism is Megs just didn't have any new information about anybody, but nobody had anything bad to say about it. That's funny to me. So with all of that, I think when it comes to the women, they have valid criticisms and stuff. But let me know what you think about everything. I'm out.